split change grip again. But when it's fading from a right-hander down and into a right-handed batter, he's going to be out front a little bit because it's off speed. And when you're out front, the barrel's going to that pull side, and that's the power area for a guy like David Schneider. Nice piece of hitting.
Now Kirk 0 for 2 with a walk. So in his career now, Joe, and granted the Blue Jays, I mean, tonight's not one of these situations. They try to put David Schneider in favorable matchups and all that, but in his career, he's had 704 at-bats. He's got 32 home runs. The power of the stash.
Yes. Well, he's a dangerous bat. That's why he's here, right?
Yeah.
When you look at spring training, that's one thing with David Schneider. You can't really evaluate spring training because you're seeing anybody and everybody.
Kirk with a bouncer up the middle. Ritter makes the play to end the inning. The Blue Jays do hit a couple out of the ballpark here in the bottom of the 8th inning. It started with Andres Jimenez, number 1 on the season for him. And then a 2-run shot for David Schneider, his first as well, 13-4.
To have somebody in the bullpen that provides more length, like that 3 or 4 innings, it's a pass starter that you can have for situations like this. They don't happen very often, but there are games when you can get work and try to do that.
Yep. The 1-2 again from Dolander. Goes with a breaking ball. Lucas fights it off. Jimenez with a home run his last time up, and he might come up again. He's due up 4 through this inning. The result is something that players are excellent at, just as they say, flushing. Just get it away from you. But I think the biggest thing to come out of this game, and we don't know if it'll come out after the game, is what's going on with Cody Ponce. Hopefully, again, not serious, but certainly showed some very good-looking stuff when he was out there, and then unfortunately suffered a right knee injury to some extent going after a ground ball. The stuff looked good, and again, he's waited years to get back to the big leagues. Hopefully minor.
Yeah, the 4-seam fastball looked good, had good life. Both the cutter and the splitter were good. The changeup.
Grounded past the mound. You know, and give Lucas credit. There's a phrase you hear in a baseball about not giving away an at-bat. Nathan Lucas didn't give away that at-bat. It's 14-4, and I'm sure everybody wants to go home, but he battled, fouled off some tough pitches. He doesn't get a hit out of it, but he treated that like any other at-bat.
And it's like the Rockies hitters that I was referring to. I mean, these stats still count. You're not going to give hits away, that's for sure.
Okamoto 0 for 2 with a walk. He hits one high and deep to center field. Gone. Or is it? No, the ruling is in the ballpark at the moment. Okamoto is standing at third. I thought that was up above the blue padded wall, but we'll have to wait and see. Boy, between the distance and the height, he hit that a country mile, but did he hit it out?
Well, second base umpire Las Diaz went out with his arms. I thought it got up by the railing too, Dan.
Do you find it interesting they're holding Clement on at first in a 9-run game?
Yeah, very strange.
Yeah.
I don't think the Blue Jays are going anywhere. It's 9 runs with 2 outs to go. To me, everybody on the field is saying, let's just play it out here.
Yeah.
Station to station, whatever the case may be. There's an old school of thought that if you're not going to hold me on, then I'm taking the base.
Right.
So if the Rockies don't want him to run and take the base, they'll hold him on, but I would just let him have the base.
Right.
I mean, it's a 9-run game.
And put your first baseman in a better spot to keep Jimenez from getting a hit.
Especially with a left-handed batter,
Now he's bouncing off the bag, but still. And now from a Colorado point of view, they don't have anybody up in the pen. Again, Dollander is a starter, or he was in the spring, but kind of pitched himself into the bullpen. The last thing Warren Schaefer wants to do is have to get anybody up.
Has to feel pretty good for Warren Schaefer, though, in the Rockies after the weekend they just had. They had high hopes going into this season that things were going to turn around. They had 3 one-run losses.
Ball 4. Of the 35,000 who were here, let's say, I don't know, 10,000 are still here right now, but they're having fun. they're the loud ones.
They had a lot of fun when they overturned that home run call. Big Okamoto fans.
Yep. Alon Leishman, the pitching coach, on the way to the mound. We'll see if they get somebody up. Nobody throwing as of yet. George Springer waiting to come to the plate. The scoreboard is telling the fans to get loud, and they don't need a lot of encouragement. The fun group has stayed here for the end.
They're getting as loud as they can, as many of them as there are.
Springer 1 for 4, homered back in the third. Foul back, 1-1.
George took a big hack at that pitch. Good swing, looked like he was right on it.
Takes the breaking ball, ball 2. Okamoto alongside interpreter Yusuke Oshima, the third base dugout. Home runs in consecutive games for Kazuma Okamoto. 2-2.